day one.
Nope.
Why am I feeling a Wednesday? Oh my gosh.
Miss Short, can you hear that?
It's your last day for notes.
What if I hit you? That hit you? Yeah. Did it hit you? I'm gonna hit you in 2 seconds. I don't even mind it. No, but in 2 seconds, you hit me with your hand.
Okay, girls, let's wrap it up. Okay, hypothesis testing for population proportion P. This time the claim will not say something about a mean, but it'll say something about a percentage, a proportion of the population. So, this will always be a z-score if the sample size is big enough. If it's not big enough, we don't do anything. And how do we know if the sample size is big enough with proportions? Not the magic number 30. So, sample size, very good, must be large enough to be normal, and it's going to be a normal z-score, not t. So, normal z. Sample size must be large enough to be normal, which equals a z-score. And what's going to make it large enough is n times p has to be greater than or equal to 5, and n times q has to be greater than or equal to 5, just like it was in the last chapter, the same rule. So if both are good, then your P hat has to get turned into a z-score. And the formula here is P hat, that's from the sample, minus the population proportion from the claim, divide by square root of P times Q over N. And that whole fraction is under the square root. Okay, so we will do one by hand, one by program. The rest of the stats is just real quick, short and simple notes, so there really shouldn't be much complaining all the way to the end of the year here. Ready for the first one? Okay, our claim. What do you want? Oh yeah, here we go. Here. I'm a little zoomed in, is what it is. There we go. Our claim is that a researcher claims that less than 30% of American adults are allergic to trees, weeds, flowers, and grasses. So less than 30% of adults, we'll just say, have allergies. It was a big list. Trees, weeds, flowers, and grasses. We're just going to say allergies, just to shorten it up. In a random sample of 86 adults, we have 20% have allergies. We're going to test this at 5%. Okay, so this is a by hand one. It's the same 5 steps that we had before. What's the first step, no matter what? Write the claim down, both pairs of hypotheses. So our claim, now our symbol changes. Nowhere in here do you see the word mean. The claim is that less than 30% of adults. So what letter is going to be in our claim? P. It's a proportion. The proportion of adults is less than 0.3. Now you know, because your claim has a P in it and not a mu, to do this section. So it's all about the symbol in the claim. You get the wrong symbol here, you're going to do the wrong stuff, and bad things happen with the red pen. So that's still the ha. Oh. Okay. What's next? Not yet. Oh, I never did check. I forgot that. Shoot, I jumped right into it. Oop, check for normal. Sorry. We need to make sure we had a big enough sample size. Should have done that first. So I need n times p and n times q to be greater than or equal to 5. What is my n? 86. Multiplied by p, what's the p? 0.30 is more than 5. I agree with that. Anybody know what it is? 25.8, so probably 26 successes. And then 86 times 0.7 is what? 60, probably 60. So we're good to go on. Okay. All right, so I've got my claims, both hypotheses. What do I do next? Not yet. Well, I usually do this next. Which tail test are we doing? Left. I want to see the graph on the problem. Left tail test, because the ha is a less than. This is my rejection region. How large is the rejection region? 0.05. Okay. I need this critical value here. The critical value is a z-score. How do I get that z-score? Im's norm of 0.05. And that is negative something. 1.64?
What if our sample was less than 30?
We wouldn't be able to do it. Oh, not 30. If either of these is less than 5, we can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now 30 is not the magic number when we do proportions. Okay, now what? Do the formula with, what's my p hat in this problem? It's the sample proportion, or the sample percentage. Yeah, here's your p hat, 0.20. So we're going to take 0.20 and turn it into a z-score, using that formula I just gave you right there. So we start with the 0.20, subtract the 0.30, divide by square root. Where do I get p and q from? Yeah, p is the p right here, 0.3, times 0.7, the zeros aren't important there, over square root of sample size, 86. Okay, calculator challenging somewhat. Bridge, you gonna make it through the day? Poor thing. I see that. You never know what you can do to stay awake. You need a little cat nap. You are correct. I want to make sure everybody can use the calculator.
That's all we do for those?
Well, we got to finish it up. Is there any calculator issues that need to be discussed? Okay, so where does this put my sample at? In the unshaded or the shaded? It is definitely in the shaded. This is 0, remember, it's a number line. Negative 2.02 is in here. If I'm in the shaded, what decision do we make? Reject the hoe. You better have good test scores. Now tell me something about the claim.
True.
The claim is true. Seniors are reviewing, and we're gonna do the last section in the chapter for the juniors. So we're gonna be doing different things tomorrow.
So why don't we change?
Well, because it's a number line, zero's in the middle. This shaded starts at negative 1.64. So this is negative 1, negative 1.64, negative 2.
Oh.
So it's a regular number line like you had back in like maybe 5th grade when you got into negatives. Okay.
I would cry. I would actually probably cry.
Okay, second one. We're going to come back and do this with the program in a minute. I want to give you different information. I want that one right here. Okay, claim. Let's see, Pew Research Center claims that more than 38% of American adults regularly watch cable news broadcasts. So more than 38%, 38 is a bad 8, 38% watch cable news. You decide to test this claim and ask a random sample of 75 Americans. Whether they watch, let's see, 33 watch. Cable news. Test. What? Oh, it was supposed to be a comma. I was going to keep writing. You're going to sample 75, and you find out that 33 of the 75 watch cable news. Test this at 1%. So we will, let's write the claim first, then we'll check the sample size. Otherwise, you might just think this is a mean one, and because it's over 30, you'd write the claim anyway. We should, but I'm going to go out of order again, just like I did the last one, and I'll show you why. Because you might just look at this and say, oh, it's over 30, I'm going to do it anyway. But now when you write the claim, though, with symbols in the claim, because it's a 38%, P, that might be the indicator that says, oh, I've got to check to make sure this, it's not just the magic number of 30 here, I got to check for, make sure. So I'm not going to write it wrong if you write the claims down first. So more than 38%, making that the ha. Less than or equal to is the ho. Now I should check to make sure I can move on. So it's N times P and N times Q. N is 75, P is 0.38. Anybody? 20 what?
28.
So we'll go 29. That's okay because it's over 5. The other one isn't really necessary because it's going to be times 0.62. I'm just going to put okay here. I know it's going to be bigger than the 29. Now we continue on. So which tail test? Right tail. Because the ha is pointing to the right, 1%. This is a z-score. In the norm of what?
0.9.